Hey, I was recently at a conference where many of the icons of modern day business were speaking. Daymond John of Shark Tank, Robert Herjavec of Shark Tank, and of course, any of the sharks on Shark Tank, two of the biggest investors, the biggest investors of our time on Shark Tank. It's a very popular show, is what I mean to say. Others are there as well. Kim Perrell, who's a host of Entrepreneur Level Up and Entrepreneur's Elevator Pitch event. Cody Sanchez, Bradley, and many others who have large followings who've built over the years. And as I was leaving the stage, I was the host of that event. As I was leaving the stage, somebody ran up to me and said, "I'm trying to reach Daymond John. I'm trying to pitch them on my business. Help me connect with them." And many people came up to me because I'm the host. I'm the accessible person for many of them. And I do understand this. I've made my pitch. I do my pitch even to this day, people I want to reach. And I paused and I asked the gentleman, "How are you pitching Daymond John?" He took out his card and said, "Our company does this." And I said, "Stop." So in this quick video, I want to tell you another tactic, another thought, another idea of how you can pitch high value celebrities and why they're different than regular people, maybe even like me. By the way, my name is Ramon Ray, Bitdefender Small Business Ambassador. You go home at night and you lock the door of your house. You get out of your car, boop, boop. You lock your car door. Is your business secure? Is your brand secure? I partner with Bitdefender, and I invite you to check out bitdefender.com/Ramon, bitdefender.com/Ramon, to make sure that your small business is secure against cyber criminals and hackers and malicious software and malware and ransomware and all these nasty things that people want you to click and take access of your business. Make sure that your brand is protected. Check out bitdefender.com/Ramon. So this gentleman had rushed up to me and said, "Ramon, how do I pitch Daymond John?" And he came up to me and said, "My business is this." And I stopped him. And I said, "That's the problem right there." Daymond John receives, and all these high-level celebrity iconic business owners. Forget Oprah Winfrey and others. Oh, Marcus Lemonis, the fixer, formerly the prophet. He was there as well on TV, They receive hundreds and hundreds of pitches a day, maybe a week, a year, thousands, not including the ones that go through the regular casting call channels for the show and things of that nature. And I told this gentleman, stop pitching Daymond John on your product. That's not the way to reach Daymond John. The best way to reach Daymond John is through a few ways that I'm going to unpack today. One, go through the people who are around him. I'm not going to outline that for you. You'll have to do your own homework. I'm talking to you watching this video. But I know many people who are around Daymond John who are more easily accessible to me than him. Now, Daymond knows me, knows of me. I think he knows me, and I know him. But if I wanted to reach Daymond John, I wouldn't reach out to him directly. I would go to one of people he trusts, people who are already in his orbit, people who maybe I have closer or easier access to, get them to trust me. And then they will give me the access or the easier access or help me reduce the barriers, good barriers, to access a Daymond or a Robert Herjavec or a Robert Lemonis or people like this. These are busy people scaling their businesses. And as you go higher and higher to reach an Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, Steve Harvey, any of these very famous people, their circle is tighter and tighter because they can't deal personally with the thousands of people who want to access them because they're famous. I get it. So that's number one. Go to the people who they trust. Number two is they do see their social media. Most all of them do. Now, Simon Cowell said he doesn't have a phone. Maybe he doesn't see it. But generally speaking, does this mean Marcus Lemonis is reading every message? Of course not. But he wakes up in the morning, does whatever he does as he's on the way to the train, the bus, and not train and a bus, but to his plane or his car, or doing what he does in business. He's scrolling, checking in on Instagram, checking in on his platforms of choice. So they see things, and if you're consistent and sending a good message here or there, commenting on what they post, replying to what they post, sending an occasional nice DM, you most likely will be noticed at some point, and that could be your entryway to start a relationship. That's number two. The other thing is, how are you pitching them? I've done cold pitching hundreds of times, dozens of times over, as it were. I have a big call coming up with a major broadcaster on Friday that came through cold pitching. DM'd somebody on LinkedIn. They were kind enough to say, "This is the person you need to reach out to." I DM'd that person on LinkedIn. We had an email exchange, and now we have a call. But here's the thing I don't want you to miss. It wasn't just my pitch, which is a nice pitch. Hey, dear so-and-so, I hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good weekend. I talked about my daughter having a baby, got a little more humanized it, got human. And then I said, hey, here's what I do. Here's what I'm offering. Could I work with you? Is this something you could use? And they were like, I think so. Then part number 2, send me what you've done. So I sent them a number of videos, and they looked at that and said, Ramon, this is amazing. You're clearly the best at what you do. Let's talk further. So do you see how that worked? It was a step-by-step process. I have some notes here. Let me see what else I'm say here. So a softer approach, how you pitch is important, not just an aggressive, work with me, invest in me. That often doesn't work there. As I said, as John Jantz talks about, know, like, and trust. Get people to know, like, and trust you. The third way is buy your way to attention. If you have money, do a ton of Facebook ads, invite them, pay Daymond John $100,000, $150,000, whatever his fee is. And if he can, again, he's busy, part of his business is speaking. He'll come and attend your event. Then you'll be able to pay for some of his attention. You want to reach a John Maxwell, sure, it can be organic, or you can pay, become part of his program, become part of his inner circle. And then you'll have John Maxwell's attention. And that's not bad. If I have an event and you bought a ticket to my event, bought a VIP ticket to my event, and part of you buying the ticket was me spending time with you, you'll have my attention as well. So I hope that helps, but many people say, how do I access these high influential people? And I've done this, and part of it was I've done volunteering for events, lowest in the totem pole, but I just showed value to this person who's a little higher than me. They see value in what I'm doing. They bump me up and say, Ramon, wow, we love you to work on this level. And you go up and up and up. And next thing you know, you're in a circle of influence. Now, when you're in that circle of influence, don't abuse the privilege you have of being there. You have to approach that even in a very special way. But that's my little tip on networking and how to connect with high value people, how anybody can do it. I've done it for years. You just have to make sure you approach them correctly. Understand that timing is important. Don't necessarily go to them directly. Go to the people around them that are a little more accessible and have a lot of patience. And remember, out of the 20 people, 50 people, 100 people you reach out to, 50 may not get back to you. But all you need is a few people to get back to you. I'm Ramon Ray, Bitdefender Small Business Ambassador. Get to know us better at bitdefender.com/Ramon to make sure your business is protected. And of course, don't miss out. Do not miss out on insights like this. To not miss out, go to zoneofgenius.com and you'll see a pop-up or little places where you can subscribe, or zoneofgenius.com/subscribe. Have a beautiful, blessed day. And don't forget to make an impact in the life of somebody else. Thanks.